This week, Western Michigan's Cooley Law School hosted a community conversation in honor of Pride Month, speaking about the fight for equal rights. Earlier today, I spoke with Jay Kaplan, a lawyer who sat on that panel, about the progress that's been made and the things that still need to happen. Now, through all of that work, there's still a lot to be done. There's still a lot of discrimination for trans people being able to get jobs. There's still discrimination against people who identify as LGBTQ. What are some of those things that still need to be worked on?
Well, it's interesting. Our state civil rights law does not explicitly mention sexual orientation or gender identity. So we have to rely on court interpretations under the category of sex that LGBT people are covered. And the same thing holds true. We don't have any federal civil rights laws that explicitly mention LGBT people. So there's some legislation called the Equality Act that we still have to see passed. And it's been difficult both in the Michigan legislature because the leadership will not allow these bills to move forward. And the problem that we see in the United States Senate is that, with the filibuster rule, that piece of legislation hasn't been able to move forward. But you're right, discrimination still occurs against LGBT people, not only in employment, but in housing and education and in public accommodations. And the discrimination is really pervasive against the transgender community. And as you see, we're seeing state legislatures attempting to pass legislation that targets transgender youth. In Michigan, we have a bill introduced that would prevent transgender students from being able to play in high school sports in accordance with their gender identity.
How can people be advocates for people who identify as LGBTQ here in our community?
Well, you bring up such a good point because a civil rights movement is not just involving the people who are directly impacted by the laws. It's also the allies and the people who are the supporters. So definitely the role to play. We need our allies to speak out against LGBT discrimination, to speak in favor of these kinds of legislations that would provide these explicit protections against discrimination. And many times, when we have these conversations with friends or family members, it's important for the ally voices to be there to say, you know what, I might not be one of the LGBTQ community, but I believe that this is the right thing to do. This is my son, this is my daughter, this is my friend, this is my neighbor, this is my colleague at work. Their voice is so powerful in the civil rights movement.
All right, Jay Kaplan, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Whitney. My pleasure.